You ride the clouds. That is one of the lines in this song, and it is derived from Psalm 68, verse 4. But what does it actually mean? Um, I was reading through Psalm 68, and this is what I found. Sing to God, sing praises to his name. Lift up a song to him who rides through the deserts. His name is the Lord. Be exultant before him. Psalm 68, verse 4. Okay, hold the phone. Didn't you just say he rides the clouds? This reads deserts. Uh-oh, this could get interesting. Well, it comes down to this Hebrew word eravot. And depending on how translators read this single word, there are actually three different possible meanings. Why do translators disagree? Well, there is no dispute about the text itself. It's always in the plural. So it's the same source text. It's actually interpretive decisions. Now, the first one is abstract versus concrete plural. Hebrew uses the plural to elevate the word into cosmic register. So, deserts might mean the heavenly expanse itself. Translators disagree on the register that the psalmist intended. There's also the Ugaritic parallel. Whoa. We're talking about the Canaanites here. The Canaanites actually had their own book called the Baal Cycle, and Baal was referred to as Rakib Arapti, or literally rider of the clouds. Okay, so the Canaanites were calling Baal the rider of the clouds. Now, there's the word-for-word translations, like the English Standard Version, the New American Standard Bible. They have deserts, but there's also the meaning as far as the theological resonance. So the New International Version and the New Living Translation have clouds. And then there's the King James Version that has the heavens. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in part 2. Hey everybody, John here, part 2 of the talk about Psalm 68, verse 4, Ride the Clouds. And this is in reference to a new praise worship song, an original that you can find over at my YouTube account or Facebook. So here we go, part 2. So to review, there's three different ways that the word that is translated as clouds can be interpreted. That is as desert, clouds, or heavens. So the first one, the wilderness, is the meaning of the word, or dry, barren plain, or a desert valley. And this is actually the same word that is used for the Arabah, the wilderness, in Exodus. So ESV uses rides through the deserts, as well as a few other translations, and this could refer to God leading Israel as a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. We remember that. God leads his people through the impossible places. He shows up in the desert. Now, meaning two is the cloud rider, and this is the plural form. It refers to the sky. In Canaanite religion, the Canaanites, neighboring the Israelites, also called Baal, that they worshipped the rider of the clouds, Rakbi Arapti, in Ugaritic texts in the Baal cycle. So they are calling Baal the rider of the clouds. So in this case, the psalmist is saying, no, Baal is actually a false god, and the God of Israel is the true rider of the clouds that is in control. So that title belongs to God. Not Baal. In this case, it belongs to Yahweh, but actually the name of God in this psalm is Yah, which we'll get to in a second. So the third meaning is Eravot, the seventh heaven. That's Jewish cosmology according to the Talmud. This is the dwelling place of God, where righteousness, justice, and the souls of the righteous are present. This is the King James Version that's echoed in Deuteronomy. There is None like the God of Jeshurun who rides through the heavens to your help. So God reigns from a throne that is untouchable and above all others. And three different translations, one truth. Desert, clouds, heavens. Which one do you like? Also, the name of God in this psalm I think is really interesting because it's Yah. We only find that at a few other places, Psalm 135, 150, and Isaiah 26. Praise God.